Let's start in Atlas. Yeah, I kind of figured that. It's something I do plan to set up eventually. Because I remember one of the things I did actually enjoy was decorating a supergroup base. All right. Let's see. Where are we? Oh, there's the Atlas statue. I forget, was that always filled in, or was that something they did later? And for the meme, here's the badge on top of the statue that Synapse couldn't reach, and they made a joke about in the comics. But yeah, I left around issue 12 because I was getting really pissed off with Matt Miller and Paragon and the fact they kept shafting City of Villains and stuff like that. Yeah, I see the war walls are still up. They kept promising those were going to come down. Go ahead and turn that on. It has been so long since I've been to Paragon, I just wanted to take a minute to actually look around, see all the sites I used to go to and stuff like that, see everything. This character, of course, technically was supposed to have been born in Kings Row when I was actually doing all the RP stuff. But one of the things I did not like with Going Rogue is they changed a lot of the original core music. That actually annoys the hell out of me. I don't like the new music that's in Mercy Island, for instance. I'm kind of hoping the Homecoming crew can revert a lot of the music back to the original tunes and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, unless I go back to the Echo, there's no way I can see Galaxy City because, if I recall correctly, they destroyed Galaxy City when they created the new new player experience, basically, and turned it into like this short instance where they teach you all the fancy new mechanics that came with Going Rogue that you couldn't use in Freedom unless you were a subscriber. Okay, I haven't triggered any music yet, so let's head over towards Atlas. There we go, here's the new Atlas Park theme. Or Atlas Plaza, I should say. I already got that. I cheated. I used one of my flying packs. It's great to be a villain. But I'm going Naruto Run. Check out some of the places like Kings Row. I might even try to go Croatella real fast and take a look at it because it has been a hot minute since I've been back in Paragon and stuff like that. So let's see. Let's go to Kings Row real fast. But yeah, I wanted to at least set myself as a rogue so I could at least go to Paragon. Oh, you want to see icons? Oh, right. I think the masterminds can summon wolves. I might be tempted to create a mastermind animal controller. I have to go back to Atlas for that and look at icon. I'm gonna be zipping through all the old zone because it has been so long. Jinx, you need to get on. That way we can play together and stuff like that. reminds me, is Virtueverse still a thing? Because I played on the Virtue server. Yeah, as I say, I would be making a mastermind. Probably some little druid-like thing. Turn that off. That's getting annoying in my ear. Wow, it has definitely been a minute. Okay, let's go back. We'll head back to Atlas Park real fast, and Jinx wants to see Icon. Let's see. Where was the train station again? There it is. That is a good question. I was a part of ASPA. My hero characters were anyways. I don't know if there was a villain version of APSCA. Back to Atlas Park. Okay, message. It'd be, as I said, one of the things I would love to be able to do is see if I could get a hold of find out if any of all our old friends are playing in Homecoming. Most likely the majority of them are probably playing on the RP server though, so because they were RPers. Because we played on the Virtue server, which was the let's see, where is Icon? Was the unofficial RP server, because Jackhammer did not believe in RP or dedicated servers for RP and PvP, if I recall correctly. Well, if we can get everybody together, because I know a lot more people and stuff. Looks like they set up mannequins with costumes and all that, so that's cool. Icon is still as gray as ever, though. Excuse me. Okay, we went to... we went to, whatchamacallit, so let's go to Steel Canyon. We'll start at the south, make our way to the north end. I didn't pay attention, but I believe majority of all the costumes and stuff are already pre-unlocked, so I don't think you actually have to unlock anything. I don't know about quest items or anything like that. I do know when I create my character, I have the option to already pick an aura, pick a cape and stuff like that. Yeah, I love the origin system. I mean, it's sad that they didn't really do anything with the itemization at the launch. It was nice when they added inventions later, but by then the economy was so out of whack. I think I made millions regularly just selling stuff for 1 imp on the marketplace. But of course, in the beginning, they kept the markets divorced from each other. But once they stopped doing that and heroes and villains could sell to one another, it's like a free-for-all as far as money went. I wish I could flip off Positron, because I know Matt Miller's the reason that City of Heroes got shut down. Wait a minute, is there an emote for that? Let's see. Converse. What was it, a rude or something emote? Disagree, shake hand. Speech. Travel. There was like an up yours emote, I do believe. Or did they take it out? Whatever. We'll worry about flipping off Positron later. Probably when I'm kicking his ass. Yeah. I saw the document, and I've talked to a couple people who are in the know, and as the rumor mill was heavy about all that stuff, and of course trying to blame anything else or anybody else other than what Paragon did, and what they did was shady, and cost an entire community a game that they enjoyed. And it still looks like the rocket station is being built here in Steel Canyon too. I remember when this first went up and they said this was going to lead to the coming storm, and that coming storm never fucking came. Alright, let's see. Let's start at Skyway North. Yeah, I just sat there and sold a bunch of my rare salvage, and I have already over I think I'm at 3 million infamy now. And originally I was barely scraping by with like 100k. So yeah. And for those just joining in, I'm going down a trip through memory lane, running around Paragon City at the moment because I have to. I might do some server hopping tomorrow. I was thinking about potentially Torchbearer because, again, that's where Shadow Mist and I can't remember, McPaladin, I think is his name, stream from. So I might go there to take a look at things. I prefer the villain side, but it's still nice to come to Paragon City. I know where I want to go. I want to go to Fault Line. Fault Line was like one of my favorite zones, and it pissed me off that they would not allow villains to go to Fault Line. That was like the biggest slap in the face. They did all that work, but wouldn't let us go to Fault Line, even though they had plenty of lore reasons to allow us to go to Fault Line. Let's see. Yeah, we can go to Fault Line from south here, someplace. I think I gotta go up there somewhere. Yeah, I was major pissed off. I think I made a post about it at least once a month saying they need to open up Fault Line to villain side. There was no excuse for them not to have or allow villain content there. They didn't have to make it like a PvP zone, because I think one of my biggest detractors every time I made a post about that kept saying, well, that's dumb, because if I see a villain, I'm going to arrest him. It's like, there's this thing called due process and circumstantial evidence, right? If you have no evidence that they're doing a crime, you can't arrest them. Jinx, don't lie. You damn well know you're looking forward to remaking it. You cannot help yourself but sit there and tinker and build and make and... I know you too well. I will sit... Because I remember I went to sleep on our Minecraft server one day and woke up with an entire village surrounding my little hovel I made. Let's go to Fault Line, or as it's called, Overbrook. Well, they've loosened up the rules on supergroup construction, if I recall correctly. I think placement's a lot looser and stuff like that. So it might be easier for you to do this time. This zone was awesome. A lot of stuff. I was very disappointed that Fault Line wasn't added for, or at least added for villain stuff. But yeah, I believe with super group construction, this was done like in issue 13 or 14 or something like this, because I remember, I can't remember that girl that was the plant cat girl that we used to hang out with. She sat there and said that the rules had changed and that they basically allowed freeform placement and such like that. So you shouldn't have any issues with placement. Go ahead and grab that while I'm here. I remember I also had the most badges on villain side, at least on Virtue too. You remember? Then when Going Rogue came out, as like my entire, I think I had 700 badges before Going Rogue came out. Then Going Rogue happened and my badging days pretty much ended because there was just no point to it anymore. Kind of just Naruto running everywhere because I know nobody can see it because I still haven't gotten to the point. I've been looking into apps for my phone to run as a camera, but I'm grinning ear to ear while I'm running around. Currently, the app I want, which is from Elgato, is only iOS. They were supposed to have already made an Android version by now, but they haven't, sadly. At least it doesn't appear to be that way, but as soon as I'm able to, because I've been looking at the Android version of turning my cell into a streaming camera, and currently I don't think it's highly rated right now, so, and I don't want to use it and it just ends up being total crap, because at least I know with Elgato it's going to be decent, because I do have an Elgato Stream Deck. I'm looking at eventually getting an Elgato mic, but currently that's on wait because small little things have cropped up and it's eating into my finances right now. And as usual, if you feel like supporting, be sure to see that. I'll look at that if I can find it. Yeah, they did a real good job on Fault Line here. Or Overbrook as it's actually supposed to be called. Let's see, there's a secret around here somewhere if I recall correctly. The secret dev room in Overbrook? One of these streams, what I'll do is the exploration stream, where I go around and try to find every damn exploration badge in the game. Ah, yes, this tune in particular. Let me turn up the sound a little. I really miss the COH music, even though I can listen to it off of Paragon Wiki. It still has that flavor that's very nice to listen to. The music in COH and COV is energetic, and it kind of espouses that hero sensation, which is what I actually love in City of. Anyways, let's continue our trip down memory lane. there is a map mod? Okay. I might look into downloading that later. Excuse me. Acid reflux is a bitch and all. Alright, let's go to the tram where... As soon as I can find the tram. It's right there. I think it's down below. Yeah, it's right there. Oh shit, I missed. Okay, this is what? Skyway, so let's go to Talos Island. And I think what I'm going to do once we're done there is we're going to go and listen to one of my favorite tunes from City of. Once we've done our little tour of Paragon City here, we're going to go to St. Marshall. Well, as I said, Jinx, you're gonna have to. There's no ands, ifs, or buts anymore. We're gonna have to restart everything. If APSCA doesn't exist, we're gonna restart it or something. I don't know. But yeah, once we're done with our tour here of Paragon City, I'm going to take a quick trip to St. Marshall, and we're... Oh, yes! This is something I wish Champions actually had. An area, a beachfront area. And it pisses me off they never added something like this. Because I remember when a player ran events... currently I'm on Excelsior. I was thinking about going to Torchbearer, but because that's where Shadow Mist and McPaladin, I think is his name, play at, and I was thinking about joining up with streaming, doing joint streaming with them. But yeah, this is before the fault line revamp and that nice little area I kept running past at the north end of the map. This used to be where player ran events for beach parties and stuff held by Cape Radio used to happen. Oh my god, this brings back so many memories. I've got the chills because of these damn memories, and oh man, I really, really, really hope a lot of my old friends are actually playing here on Homecoming. I want to reconnect with them, chat with them, tell them I'm still alive. Okay. I mean, you have options. You can make Jinxykins as a Bane Spider if you wanted to now. I mean, and of course they've also got that new archetype, the Sentinel, which is basically a ranged brute. Basically, you get your secondary defenses with primary ranged offenses. So you might be interested in the Sentinel. Let's see, that's Talos Island, so what's... Oh, let's go to the nuclear reactor that is Independence Port. I remember this zone. Well, I mean, with a ranged power set, if you had the same defense as a brute or a tank, that would be fucked. Because with ranged powers, you can pretty much stay out of harm's way. Matt Miller killed all of Jack Emmert's characters, which was Statesman, Sister Psyche, and one other, wasn't it? Was it Malaise? I'm trying to remember that story. I know Statesman was killed. I believe Sister Psyche was as well. Oh, man. This is such a trip down memory lane, too. Independence Port, I think, is the largest zone in City of. I think it's a little over 1.5 miles long by about half a mile wide. I think most of the other zones are like 3/4 of a mile squared at the most. I don't think I can get to the Rickety War Zone, because I think you actually have to be at least level 47 to go there. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, because of Mission Architect, there shouldn't be any outdoor farmers to actually worry about anymore. Most of the people just make a cheese mission and just run it over and over in Mission Architect for power leveling. Which was funny, when Mission Architect actually came out, I remember the letter from Positron, aka Matt Miller, sitting there saying, oh, we knew Mission Architect was going to be exploited and people were just going to make cheese missions to power level on. Then turned around and used the most reverse way to slap people by sitting there saying, we're disappointed in our players that I sat there and used the Mission Architect to cheese leveling and power level instead of making decent missions for the game. It's like, dude, if you knew they were going to do it, then why are you blaming them? Matt Miller was one of those people. Was like, I did not like him, not one bit. I'm never going to lie about that one. Oh man. And that is the reactor zone. I think that's considered a hazard zone. Oh hey, the devoured earth. I might set myself to vigilante, but then I'd lose my awesome villain music, which will suck. You're not saying it right, Jinx. You're supposed to be saying, not the bees! Not the bees! Also, I'm supposed to be putting like some sort of fishnet hat over your head while I pour bees down in it. Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, the bees were annoying. I remember that. Not as annoying as the clockwork could be if you didn't have a decent AoE like this build doesn't, because I'm gonna be honest, this AoE is crap. I was hoping for a little bit more out of the Savage Biting, whatever it is, aka Bestial set. Let's see. Let's go to Croatoa. My favorite zone that I also kept saying Paragon should have allowed villains to go to, because it made going to the Halloween zone, especially during Halloween, would have made sense for everybody, not just superheroes. And I never understood the reluctance to never I mean, they went with Going Rogue, but they couldn't be bothered to with anything else. And Positron, as I said, Positron, somebody I always will have my negative feelings for. Krakatoa is like one of my favorite zones, but that's because I love the horror, gothic, and all that aesthetics and stuff like that. And then, of course, there's always that chance you find Nessie, and if you, I forget if it's one time or if you have to do it a couple of times. I think it's 1 or 2 times you have to hit Nessie, and you'll get the special Monster Hunter badge or something like that. Oh, speaking of a badge, I just ran over an exploration. My God. And I didn't think I would, but I've been grinning ear to ear while running through all of this right now, and it's a happy experience again. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be here. I nearly got my ass handed to me in one shot. Let's turn that on. Maybe I should turn that off so I stop accidentally. I'm stuck again. It would be awesome if there was like a remake, in a sense, of a lot of this, and graphical upgrades, zone increases and stuff like that, making the world bigger. I mean, I know remakes are like the bane of anybody's existence when it comes to their favorite games and stuff like that. Sometimes they can be good. I wouldn't be against a... Yeah, there's something about City of, I mean, part of it is the City of community is one of the best out there. They're usually one of the best out there, especially compared to others like World of Warcraft and stuff like that. They're usually very supportive, very helpful. The drama is most of the time minimal. And a game doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't need to have like the best graphics ever to be a good game. And it just needs to have engaging gameplay, stuff that makes you, doesn't make you feel like you need to take a trigonometry class in order to understand the character or the builds or anything. And you don't feel like you've been punished just because you didn't pick the most suboptimal build in the end. And what helped me stick around City Up for as long as I actually did, until, again, Positron, aka Matt Miller, was all the friends I had, including Jinxikins here. He's one of my friends. I forget where we met at. I know it was on Villain-Side. I think we were in Capa Diable, and I had just finished writing the Soldiers of Arachnos guide, and I think Jinxie ran into me working a Bane spider, if I recall correctly. Okay, this is where we broke out of at the beginning of the game. For those who were there when I did the breakout. If I recall... Let's see, we come out over here, and I think we run basically over this way. Yeah, I think you were playing a Bane Spider too, weren't you? Or trying to play one? Oh, hey, it's Cray. I miss Cray for some reason. Always been an interesting group. Let's see. Cray's Folly. I'm not going into any of the danger zones. I forget what they're called. Yeah, I remember that. And stuff like that. It was like one of those things we met like that. This, of course, is one we also... Bell Fox was playing with us. I think I was a part of the super group called Academy de Vindica or something like that. Let's see. Let's go to Founders Fall. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was kind of a rare thing to run across anybody who was actually seemed to be playing the Bane Spider quite well. Because I spent like so many hours on the PTR with Ghost Whittle and Back Alley Brawler, picking their brains apart on the mechanics of the Soldiers of Arachnos, and I think I made each particular class of the Soldiers of Arachnos just to figure out all the little nuances and stuff like that. God, it took me so damn long. Oh, cool. As I said, I keep hoping I should actually post on the forums and just sit there and rip that band-aid off. It's like, hey, I'm so-and-so from Virtue Server. Anybody remember me? Anybody still left? Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what got me in the City of Villains is I got burnt real bad in World of Warcraft by my raid guild. And I was like, fuck it, I quit in World of Warcraft, and I happened upon a free weekend. Was it a free? It was like either a free weekend or something for City of Villains, and I just downloaded it, and it was like, at first I was like, I'm not sure I'm interested in this. And I kept playing for a little bit longer, and I was like, wait a minute, this game is actually catching my attention and getting my interest and stuff like that, and I just kept okay, and I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna keep playing. And eventually I kept running into people. I ran into Felfox, I ran into Jinxykins. I haven't heard from Felfox in a while now. I'm kind of worried because I know they suffer from depression and stuff like that. I've seen them online, so I know, at least know they're still probably all right. It's just, I think they've got life issues that have been keeping them down. So, and I know how depression works because I suffer from depression myself. So I can't fault them for that. And depression. And I know this is going off on a spiel. Depression's no joke. If you suffer from depression, be sure to at least try to get yourself some help and stuff like that. And because I've lost more than a few friends to depression. So yeah, for anybody who's just listening, that's my sage advice for today. If you suffer from depression, be sure to seek out help and stuff like that when you need it. Don't sit there and try to keep it bottled up. You're just hurting yourself and your friends even more. Now that we're all, let's get off that Callisti Wharf. This is new, is it? I don't remember Callisti Wharf. And it's taken a minute to load, so This is a new zone. When was this added? I don't think I see any hostiles in here. Yeah, I picked up City of Villains free, then after that I went ahead and subscribed. Later, Rower from Virtue actually gifted me a code that let me go ahead and get into City of Heroes as well. Because originally they were separate, you needed to own both. They didn't sell them together at once. Oh, nice. Let's see. My WoW experience, again, Ferret, was basically I started. I think it was after Christmas, and the Christmas event was still going on in WoW in 2004. So end of 2004, early 2005. I didn't start in November because I was still stuck on, I think, Ultima Online, and I just did not want to give up on Ultima Online, but all my friends had pretty much abandoned the game at that point. I don't know how many actually went to World of Warcraft. I know a couple did. But they'd abandoned it, and I was lonely, and I was like, I need to find people, because for me, I suffer a little bit of social anxiety, so hanging out in crowds with other people is always difficult. So online was actually the best thing for me, because I could actually communicate with other people and stuff like that, and not break out in like nerve sweats and stuff like that. Statesman Plaza. I guess this is supposed to be celebrating Statesman's death as a hero. But, yeah, and as I said, most of my friends had basically seemingly abandoned Ultima Online. They were adding stuff in I did not agree with, like Mondane's Legacy was coming out at that time, and it was adding in elves, and to me, elves are sacrilegious in Ultima Online, but I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole other story. And I decided to pick up World of Warcraft. And early on impressions, World of Warcraft gave me some of those UO vibes, because they stole a lot of the things from, well, borrowed, stole, whatever. It's Blizzard. Who the hell cares? They took a lot of the things that was unique to Ultima Online and kind of put their own spin on it, like the whole Grey World death thing. That was Ultima Online, for instance. But for some reason, I ended up sticking around with World of Warcraft for up until just before the Burning Crusade was actually announced. Patch 1.12 point whatever was out. They nerfed Paladins again. The guild I was in, I've told the story like several times, but the guild I was in, we just completed Ragnarok. The Eye of Ragnarok had dropped, and even though I busted my ass to get all the material components to form the Hand of Ragnaros, the guild leader actually had the brazen audacity to sit there and tell me to give the hammer I busted my ass and worked for all the materials. Like, at that time it was thousands of gold. I'm pretty sure if it, with WoW's inflation these days, it would be millions. But thousands of gold worth of materials and all that stuff that I put together myself and got all the stuff myself. And I was sat there and told that I just needed to give all that up and give it to one of the warriors, because I was a paladin and paladins were crap. And we did that, and several of the guild members kept trying to screw me over, even though I was like supposed to be one of the leaders of the guild and stuff like that. And to make a long story short, I sat there and said, I need a break from World of Warcraft. So I stopped playing for a while and I started looking around. I didn't immediately find City of Villains, but what made me decide to quit is I logged back into World of Warcraft one day because I wanted to see what was up. I wasn't ready to come back yet. It had only been like a month or two since I took a break. I even told everybody, I'm going to take a break. I'm probably going to be gone a month or two. I logged back in, and I had been kicked from the guild. No warning, nothing. I was just out of the guild because... And I sat there and asked one of the guild leaders, why was I out of the guild? And they sat there and said, you hadn't been on in a while. I said, it's only been about a month and a half. I told you I was going to take a break. I needed a break. I was burnt out. And it's like, oh, sorry, but those are the rules. It's like, well, I had told you I was taking a break. And they just kept giving me this but stuff. And I sat there and said, man, I'm not in the mood for this shit. And so I went to my subscription page and I quit World of Warcraft that day. And I started looking around, and just out of the blue, I think I was reading one of the older pre-Kotaku and IGN, I think at the time, websites, and they sat there and had a little thing that's talking about City of Villains is having a free trial going on. Oh, hey, there's a shark out there. But City of Villains was having a free trial, and I was like, City of Villains? It's like, I remember beta-ing for City of Heroes. But even though I liked City of Heroes when I beta for it, at the time I was still like a heavy Ultima Online stan. So I just was, so I never decided to swap over to City of Heroes. I should have, but what can you say? I still believed my friends were still playing Ultima Online, and I had people I could go back to and play with. But yeah, so that happened. And I picked up City of Villains. At first I was like, I'm not sure if I'm interested in this, because I was still suffering from, I guess, burnout anxiety from World of Warcraft. There it is. And ooh, we can go to Monster Island. Go to Shark Head real fast. And it took me a couple of days, but eventually... And I did a little bit of research, and I found out Virtue was the RP server. So I went there, and well, I guess the rest is history, because I actually enjoyed messing